Hey guys, Joe DeMarco from the Crazy New York Driver Show. Today is Friday, December 16th, 2016. Welcome to another eBay video. In today's video, we're going to be discussing, as you can see, the GSP return situation and how to do a return through the eBay Global Shipping Program. We're also going to discuss the answer to last week's riddle, a little bit more about sales, and quite a bit about your comments and concerns on last week's video and in general. So let's get started right now. First of all, guys, in last week's video, I asked you guys a riddle. And the riddle was simply this. A guy comes into your store and steals $100 from the register. A few minutes later, the same man comes back and purchases $70 worth of items using that same $100 he stole from you. You give him $30 change. How much money did you lose? Now, I expected quite a few different answers, yes. But what I didn't expect was people reading things into the question that really had no bearing on the basic riddle. People were mentioning cost of goods sold, how much did you pay for the item? That's really immaterial, okay? In my opinion, here is the answer, and I'm going to explain how I arrived at it, okay? So if any of you guys have any questions or disagree with me, you can explain your way. For this, I have some visual aids. All right, here's $100. A guy comes and steals this out of the register I'm working in. So now I am minus $100, okay? A few minutes later, the same guy comes into my store, gives me my $100 back. The same 100, bang. At that second, I'm even. I got my 100 back. However, the guy then takes $70 worth of merchandise, represented by this Hess toy truck right here, as well as $30 in cash. So 70 plus the 30 in cash equals 100. The guy got $100 worth of cash and merchandise from me. I lost 100 bucks. Simple as that. That's the way I see it. If any of you guys do not agree and wish to state your viewpoints, feel free to do so. So guys, how were your sales this past week? My sales were generally good, but with a very weird pattern. Something weird happened. As usual, my weekends were slow. Actually, awful. That's not unusual. Saturday and Sunday were terrible. Saturday was borderline criminal. I wasn't shut out on any day, but they were very slow days, awful days. As usual, Monday came roaring right back. No problem, no arguments, love it. Tuesday was excellent. It was one of my busiest days ever. It was so busy that my sales were coming in steadily all day. I did not experience the shotgun effect that most of us seem to get, sales spurts. I mean, my phone would ring off cha-ching all freaking day. It was wonderful. Loved it. Just loved it. The next day, Wednesday, one measly sale all day. I then went from Wednesday at about 5 o'clock. I think I made that sale. Wednesday at 5 o'clock. Now keep in mind, Wednesday day I made nothing, morning and afternoon. 5 o'clock I made the one sale, bang. I then went through another 24-hour dry period to late Thursday before I made another sale. Very weird that I could be just so booming on Tuesday and these other days be so slow. Very, very unusual pattern this week. So I'm wondering how well you guys did. comments below. All in all, when you figure out my numbers, I did quite well. But it's the pattern that concerns me, the pattern itself. Now, somebody wrote in last week's video about the Hess toy trucks. Actually, a couple of questions about them. One guy stated that he was selling his Hess toy trucks on Amazon. He had sent in 48 of them and sold them for $51.89. That is not a terrible price considering he sent them in so early. I think that guy did pretty good. I'm a little concerned about his fees though, because I know Amazon really rips people off. So I don't know how much profit he actually saw out of that. I've been watching them on eBay and the prices are still much too low for me, okay? The problem is people are listing them before they've run out online. You can't do that. You must wait till they run out online, and of course there's no guarantee that they will run out online this year, but they did last year. It was great. Also, in your questions and concerns, somebody wanted to know if it was a coincidence that an Amazon video appeared when you were watching my video. That is not a coincidence in my opinion, because that same ad constantly comes up for me no matter whose videos I watch. Whether I'm watching videos about eBay, New York City, accidents, I get that same video. Amazon seems to be proliferating YouTube with its ads. This is like I mentioned to you guys last week, how I had to take the extraordinary option of blocking them. They are freaking hungry. Seriously guys, can you guys name any company in the United States that generates as many nag emails as Amazon? I can name one that's worse than Amazon that I had to block. Foot Locker. One day a while back I went into Foot Locker to buy sneakers and they were running a promotion. If you give us your email address, we'll give you $10 or $15 off. So I did it. Holy mother of Christ. 2 to 3 per day, every day. Bang, gone. I did away with them. At least with Amazon, it's 2 to 3 per day, every day in December only. I don't have a problem with Amazon the rest of the year. And I actually plan to unblock them once we get into January. But for now, they can stay blocked. I'm happy to report I had no returns whatsoever this week, which means last Friday I skated like Tanya Harding. Boom! No returns. No cancellations, no nothing. In my opinion, Friday night is the night you will have returns if you're going to have them. At least with me. Everything comes in on Friday nights. Earlier this week, I believe it was Monday, I put up a video of gritty New York City 1980s pictures. So if any of you guys are interested in seeing them, they're all pictures that I personally took in the 1980s. And I think the video's gotten about 1,000 views already, which is not bad because I only put it up on Monday. But I'm going to continue that series and keep doing them. I'm also kicking off the New York City exploration videos this month. I plan to start filming on December 25th. Normally, December 25th is an extra day off for everybody, which is great because I can spend the whole day working on a video. But I can't do it this year because it falls on a Sunday. So I have to compile my normal Sunday routine with my video filming. So it's going to be tough this year, but I do plan to spend some time working on the video on December 25th, but I don't think I'll get it up because I have to go scouting to a location out in Brooklyn, which is where I have one of my first videos planned. So hopefully that'll work out well. You'll notice the topic of today is GSP returns. I myself love the global shipping program. I've been with it for about 3 years and I do well. There have been a few incidents where my items were lost from the global shipping hub to the buyer in his home country. But in each case, eBay stepped in, gave the buyer his money back, and I was allowed to keep the money for my item. So we are protected. But what happens if you get a return through the global shipping program? I have heard some people say they're a nightmare to deal with, and I've never had to deal with one until now. I got my first global shipping return, and it was one of the ones that I alluded to in last week's video. I told you guys how I had 5 returns. It was an all-time high. Now, one of those 5 was a global shipping return. And let me tell you something. This particular buyer did everything he could to march to a different drummer. I have never experienced an eBay buyer who did everything his own way instead of following eBay rules. For the most part, eBay buyers are pretty good. They're mostly honest, in my opinion. But every now and then, you'll get one that's just out of step with society. And I really have to talk about this. There's no way I can push this particular incident under the rug. Because a few of the things I mentioned in last week's video had to do with this one buyer, though I didn't attribute them to him at the time. But considering everything that's happened since then, I have to. You may remember in last week's video, I told you I had a buyer that was contacting me at 3 o'clock in the morning, repeatedly. Now again, when I go to bed at night, I shut this baby off, so I don't hear any of the noises. I don't want to hear them. But this guy was insistent. He emailed me through the eBay contact system repeatedly at 3 in the morning. So when I got up the next day, I said to him, listen buddy, don't worry. I accept returns and I'll work with you. But you're contacting me at 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm not going to answer you at 3 o'clock in the morning. It's not going to happen. Please don't do that again. And he said he wouldn't do it. And of course, the other day he did it again. So basically what happened with the case is he bought some hubs from me and he did not read the description as far as the size is concerned. He gets the hubs. Now here's where it gets dicey. First thing he does is he contacts me and he says, one of the hubs has a dent in it, but the other 3 are nice. I want you to refund me, I think it was $25. Yes, it was $25. He wanted a partial refund. So, in the description, it clearly said that one of the hubs was dented. No argument there. I said, hey, they were as described. However, to show good faith, I will give you back $25. So I gave him back a partial refund of $25. 30 minutes later, he writes to me again. You know, I'm not even sure these are going to fit because I never did check my wheel size. I'm like, oh my God, facepalm, man. What are you doing? First he asked me for a partial refund. I give it to him. Then he tells me he never checked his wheel size. I said, check. So he checks his wheel size and of course it's wrong. So he says they don't fit. I said, okay, listen. Just send them back and I'll give you a refund. Keep in mind, I've already given you $25 back. So the refund will be your purchase price minus the $25 refund. He says, okay. A week goes by, nothing. Don't hear from him. I'm expecting these things to come back. He writes to me after a week, give me your address. Okay, fine. I give the guy my address, send it to him. He writes back to me, I don't want to pay for shipping. I want you to have to pay for shipping. I said, listen, I pay for shipping to the global shipping center in Kentucky. It's your responsibility because you purchased the wrong size to ship at your own expense. A couple more days go by. At that point, he opens a refund request. Keep in mind now, it's been 2 weeks. Now he opens a refund request. Cheers. Oh yeah. 2 weeks later, he opens a refund request and he checks off wrong size does not fit. Once again, he asks for my address, which I give to him. Again, I have no problem taking the items back. I offer 30-day returns. A few more days go by. He writes to me, send me a label. I said, I'm not sending you any label. You purchased the wrong size. eBay rules dictate that you must pay for the return shipping. He writes to me again at 3 o'clock in the morning. eBay's insisting that you send me a label that I can't. Now I know he's jerking me. I know that's not the case. So I called eBay during business hours, explained what was going on. They saw exactly what he was doing, and they said, he is responsible for sending these items back to you. Under no condition are you responsible. He purchased the wrong size. Let him send them back. So today is Friday and I still don't have them back. However, he did finally generate a label himself and ship them because I got the notification that they're on their way back. So in next week's video, I will tell you exactly what's going on. If you're wondering why I'm inside right now, it is because it is absolutely bitter cold. Absolutely horrible. It is about 22 degrees, windy, cloudy, raw, and it's snowing now, and they didn't even predict snow for today. It's going to snow tomorrow, Saturday. It's then going to turn to rain. It's going to continue to rain Sunday, continue Monday. We have not seen the sun. We have not had a sunny day since before last week's video. And if you want to see what I'm talking about with the snow right now, look at this. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember, I'm Crazy New York Driver, you're not. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, comment them below. Basically, go out there and make some good sales. I will see you next Friday, right here. Make it a good day. Remember, these videos are to try and help you. I am a seller friend, not a seller critic. Peace! Yeah!